The views and opinions expressed on this podcast are purely for entertainment purposes. We're not experts, role models, or liable for any actions you take based on the information you hear here.
You know who's asking about y'all too?
Who?
No one. Y'all ready? How to get y'all ready, man. How to get y'all ready. You feel me? Let's go. Let's go.
That was a good one.
I been hearing niggas at work with that shit. You heard me? They heard niggas more than they heard women. You know what I mean?
And we're back. We're back, y'all. I know y'all missed this. I know we wasn't here for Christmas. Merry Christmas. Happy Halloween. I know I'm going out of order. What else we missed? Happy New Year.
Happy Kwanzaa.
Happy Kwanzaa. Happy Chinese New Year. What else we missed? MLK Day.
Valentine's Day.
Valentine's Day, yeah.
Black History Month.
Yes, sir. The whole Black History Month. But we're back, y'all. Mm-hmm. So what y'all been up to, man? What y'all been doing, man?
Going to school right now. Tell you, let me say class.
You going to school?
Yeah.
What school you going to?
The city.
Oh, I didn't know you was going for what you do though?
Nah, general ed right now, you know, once that.
Oh, you trying to do?
I mean, I'll probably do something that, in that field.
Don't touch your mic.
Don't touch your mic. Okay.
Other than that, you gotta do general ed before you even get to start in the program. So you taking some classes that might go into anything that you might really be doing. So it's cool to take the classes, but half of them you're not doing it.
Man, I'm happy for you, bro.
It's cool. It's fun. You know, you just wish you was this old when you was in high school. It's a lot more easier with this mentality.
Yeah.
The biggest thing. Yeah, so it's good though. We're knocking dust off things.
I be thinking about going back because I got some units I just never finished.
Yeah.
You know, I'm thinking about it.
I get it.
You know what I mean?
Get it, yeah. I don't mind. Let me know what class you taking. I need to take all of them. You feel me? Yeah, I'm ready. It's fun, man. And it's crazy because being at the age that we kind of is, we still feel old in there because you see the mentality of the younger kids. And I'm like, I'd have been doing the same thing. I can see how it doesn't ring or
I don't know, man.
Way heavy because like
this new YN stuff. I don't know what they own, bro. That's crazy.
That's a whole other group. I can't even.
Yeah.
I can't even comment on them.
I feel like old. You know what I mean?
He wasn't talking about the white.
He was talking about the white. No.
That's fine. That's why I'm like, get to class. Get to class. It's where it's at, man. You got to.
Waiting to get that check and then dip it.
That man, and
remember how people used to do that?
That's why I didn't go to class. That's why I didn't go to city fresh out of high school because I already knew what I was gonna do. You're gonna get your friends from this school, friends from that school, and you know it's inevitable. It's inevitable.
That's real. What you been up to, Archie?
Man, I've been staying out the way. Just going to work.
For sure.
I mean, my son getting big. He's trying 1 in January.
Yes, sir.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
And that time fly, man. That time go by so fast. Like you don't even think about it. And then you be like, we just had you.
It's like
you already talked.
It's like your first day of high school. You remember that day, you know? And then,
he do everything pretty fast, and it's like chill. Like you got time for all of this, but yeah, you're trying to do a little bit of everything.
Right, man. A little Jamaican. You got $7 man.
Little cool running.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. He's sporting the teams already, right?
Yeah.
Cowboys.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
I already knew.
I'm gonna be honest.
I already knew.
If the Cowboys don't win nothing in the next 5,
you trading the jersey up.
I'm not gonna trade it, but I'm not gonna.
You give him like
I got you.
I like it.
Yeah.
You better watch the outside influences because this is what we're coming over a little bit more. We got a couple years, man, to mold that. And you know, Penny's only too bad right now.
It's like certain things I don't
Something off limits though, right?
like you can't. Someone be like, oh,
Giants.
I'm a Niners fan.
Okay.
Eagles.
I can see that.
Eagles. Commanders.
Anything in that
Patriots. Jets.
Yeah, that's a lot of teams.
It's a bunch of teams.
What my Jets do?
I ain't mad though. He a Yankee though, right?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay, cool. I'll take that. That's all.
Not gonna lie, I'm a Dodger fan, but I still rock the Yankee gear.
You a Otani fan?
No, I'm a Dodger fan, but I rock some Yankee gear. I ain't gonna lie, they got some of the cleanest gear.
I know you're a fan.
I ain't even seen Church in the World Series.
You see what I'm saying? We missed so much.
I know.
Too much.
I hated that World Series, man.
It wasn't fun watching. It wasn't. Man.
Yeah, I know our Dodgers catch y'all. I know. That was pretty good.
That first game
Hurts.
I took out for sure.
You guys' pitchers, y'all main pitchers was picked. Not even. It was just secondary that started the series off. And Coleman, I think it was, if I'm not mistaken, was shutting us down.
I mean, it was trying to rely on Aaron Judge too much, man.
We were swinging for the fences. It felt.
Sometimes you gotta play sound baseball and
You can't rely on everything else. Just get on
sack flies and
yes, it's this.
You know what I mean?
The little things that go in. It just felt like
Still
it was
take
slow
some chances to the
series
races
for us, and it was painful to watch y'all do what y'all did, man. It just
LA for the dub, man. LA for the dub.
like Otani,
Yeah, he cold. He might be the best. He can. I'm telling
I
you,
ain't watching pitch this year. I ain't gonna lie.
he on Babe Ruth level, bro.
I think we gotta relax with these.
Exactly. I was just about to say.
Take it out of
Y'all getting a little too.
It be too soon to have take.
Yeah.
Whoa, I know, but
It was the same thing y'all see him tweet.
Nah, this is a little different.
I feel you.
This is a little
He
different.
don't pitch though.
Exactly.
True.
It's a little different.
Otani is shut some stuff down.
And he hitting
I
home.
understand.
I
I'm just saying like with the
I feel you.
okay.
Because you
He
hope.
hitting grand slams.
Yeah, you just.
And he pitching. That's crazy, man.
We're really waiting to see him pitch this year just to kind of solidify everything else before, just to make sure he's still at that level.
I mean,
but I think he is, but I don't.
He the Superman of the league right now.
Yeah, it's just hard to give you guys kudos.
Yeah, I know.
If he was on another team or something, I probably wouldn't have no problem. I like him.
If I was you, I would like my
I
team.
love Ichiro. He was cool. Seattle was never no threat though. You know,
Yeah.
I love Ichiro.
Yeah, Ichiro. Yeah.
He's solid, but
See, when I was younger, I was a Mariners fan because I played for the Mariners when I was a
that little league.
I did Little League.
I ain't gonna lie, I was a Dodger my whole life.
Yeah. See.
I can't. Yeah.
How you become a Yankee?
My teams is based off of my players of that era. Other than like the Magic, Shaq and Penny, just I think the logo and stuff stuck with me. Then Vic with the Falcons, you know what I mean? And then of course, Derek Jeter, and then you see Chuck Knobloch, Bernie Williams and stuff, and they were in it as he was coming in, but Derek Jeter was the guy. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah. Okay.
It just sucks. One team is holding me up. The other two ain't never won a shit, and might not while I'm alive.
What are you talking about?
Orlando ain't. Yeah, it's okay.
So was you an Orlando Magic fan? Oh, you are.
Yeah, that's my team.
Oh.
I might not tell. That's like having an ugly.
Why you do that to yourself, man?
Once you're committed, when you grow up as a kid, you learn you can't change teams.
I got you.
If I switch states though, it's a whole other game. Y'all know.
Think about it.
That's it. I can tell. I can. Everyone knows my team, And what sucks is all my teams have at least got to the ship with the Magic. We lost, so you never know. I was a fan during that time. The Falcons got to the
Dwight
Patriots.
The White House.
Lost, set history in the wrong way, but yeah, I mean, yeah.
You can change the team now.
It's
I mean, all the YNs changed the rules.
Yeah.
All the kids now, they just be like, oh yeah, this team money.
You know what sucks though? I don't chill with them, so everyone I chill with gonna give me the third degree. I can't even, I feel it though.
I tried to listen to some of the music, can't get into it, bro. But I did hear one song today, and I was like, oh, he actually saying something I can get with.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It's like,
Who though?
what was it? Some dude named YNS.
Oh my god.
YSN.
Okay.
YSN Flow is his name, but he made a song called what was that song called? Rules or something like that. I was listening to it. I was like, okay.
There's some catchy songs out here. Don't get me wrong.
I mean, Lil Baby say some stuff sometimes.
Yeah. It's just I've learned I feel like my uncle or the elderly when we was younger, they was listening to the music we was listening to. I understand what they were saying. It's just not my cup of tea as much as it would be if I was younger. It's hard to follow them too. You know what I mean? Unless someone, when you got to tell me about someone to watch, it's not really happening.
Baby girl. Garcia, finish it for me.
I have no idea how that song is.
You don't know that? That song is stuck in my head and I don't even like it.
What song?
That's Drake. Baby
Oh.
girl.
What song?
What is how it go?
Is that the one where you want to hug?
Nah, this is a new one.
Okay.
I'm like, bruh, it's catchy because it's funny, I think.
I feel like Drake right now on some of the songs I be seeing, I think he's so big and popular. He can have fun and do what he wants to, and no matter what he put out, it's such a following. Even if half of them don't like it, the other half is such a big population to where it's going to still be big. Because even watching the Nokia video right now, it looks like he having fun in there. It looks like he's just kind of just chilling and playing. Like, that's just his character though. He's an actor, so he knows how to portray and put on, like, they call him corny doing stuff, but it's like, nah, you know what's gonna catch the eye.
He did what I thought he should have did before the battle. Like, instead of engaging with him, just make a song. You know what I mean? He made a song that to me, it's like he's saying I could do anything and it's gonna go. Because just the start of the song is so, I don't expect it.
No.
You know what I mean? So
it looked like he was winning there to make a track.
that's what it looked like. I'm like, he did that before this.
It didn't, cause he could put something together that would be a lot more. I feel like a little more thick on content or whatnot. But it's just, it looked like he's got a fun in there, even in the video. Watching him, it just looks like he's chilling.
Nigga better have some fun.
Yeah.
Get back to that.
For real.
Yeah, that's where it's fun. That's where it's safe at. That's where it's safe at.
I ain't gonna lie, that was one of the roughest years I've seen.
Super Bowl was dedicated to you.
And they said he was making fun of the Super Bowl performance in that video.
I mean,
But
with the choreography and all that.
and I'm like, that part I wouldn't have did. Cause it's like, it make you look lame that you're doing that now when you lost already. Just move on past it, bro.
but
I'm just saying, if
he's smart.
you was a real one, you gonna tell him, man, alright, enough is enough, man. Just go make your money,
But
man.
he might be like 50. Let me keep this going.
Yeah.
The more drama goes, the more I'm making.
That's true.
You know what I mean? Like 50 did it with that artist we seen in the interview where the artist was like, hey, he let me buy myself out, but he said, hey, I'm about to post that you owe me money. And what happened is things shot up. It's chess, not checkers. You know what I mean? Some things we don't agree with, but you might not want to see, of course. But this is a throwaway track, I feel like, compared to, you know, putting it on an album or something like that. But yeah,
You put it on.
yeah.
Like you put on the party album.
Man, it wasn't all that.
Take it on the party album.
The sacrifice.
You put it on the party album.
Yeah, I feel it.
That's crazy. Bars.
I've been listening to that song,
Bars. What song is it?
The Wake, Joe Biden.
Ooh. It was an old.
That's the one that's the one
You sent it to us.
he just Drake. And
I ain't gonna lie.
Was it good?
Joe Budden, you got him on that. I ain't gonna lie. I don't care what nobody say. Yeah, how many tracks was
It
it?
was full.
Yeah.
Like it was full.
That
Shout out
was
to Joe
just,
Budden.
he did 4 tours of them?
Back to back to back. And
Damn.
Man,
4 for 4, baby.
crazy.
Damn.
Crazy.
That's damn. I gotta go listen to that.
no, the Wake.
yeah, the album. I'll be honest with you. I probably heard it like twice when it first came out, and I haven't gone back to it at all.
That tell you a lot right there.
And speaking of that, going back to albums, how did Tory Lanez make the best album of 2025 behind bars? How did he do that? He got it for me. That's the album I keep going back. I don't know why I keep going back to that album.
You know why?
Right into
You know
it.
why?
Why?
There ain't another album you can name right now that's like keeping you like.
That's what I'm saying.
And no, not I haven't really listened to
Drake
it, so I don't
drops.
want to comment too much on his. But I got to. But isn't all his I think I might have heard features. Is it from his family or people he knows on that album or
Which one?
Tory Lanez?
Facts, yeah.
Right.
They said everybody on there was family members or somebody.
Okay, that's what I thought. I had heard that somewhere. So I'm like, that's crazy for it to go that high with just having only the people you want to feature on there that ain't big names and stuff. So
But he got the way he got on there. What's his name? The one that's locked up too. He on there talking.
From New York.
Yeah, he from New York. What's his name?
Yo, you said Wave God, and that's the only reason why I know. Is I can't think of his name probably off the top of my
brain. Yeah, but he on there. I was like, how he get him on there?
I mean, Team Tory or Team Baby? I'm just saying, my bad. I'm done.
Me, I ain't gonna lie to you.
Let's go into it.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm gonna keep it up. I'm Team Tory. Straight up. I don't believe you. You doing too much. She doing too much because when.
Hey, no, that was a loaded question. Just let that be.
No. We gonna get into it now. We gonna get into it. So, this is when I was like, okay, now she's doing too much. When you trying to put a restraining order on a man that's already locked up, what are you gonna do in prison? You trying to put a restraining order on him right now? You can't wait till he's about to get out to do it. You putting it on him right now. He ain't even did a year. Have you did a year in prison yet? That made me suspicious. I ain't gonna lie to you.
You a Nicki fan?
Yeah, I am though. Yep.
That makes sense.
Whoa. I know y'all seen that top 25 list. I know y'all seen that top 25 list. Nicki Minaj number 1 on the top 25 female MCs ever. I'm saying, man.
For
No.
who made the list again?
Billboard.
Where's Doechii at?
She
She hecka low.
24.
Yeah, she hecka low.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie.
No. She's new. She's new. I would give her. I like her though. I ain't gonna lie. She has a different style. I like her though.
Yeah.
I can't. And Nicki writes her stuff, right?
Yeah.
Nicki writes all her stuff.
I don't know if she write all of it, but I know she
I mean,
write.
the criteria was accolades and awards and
So Cardi's super high. She top 5.
No.
and charting.
I sent it to you. Let me see. Hold on.
Oh my god.
Yeah, she's like 13 or 14, I think. Cardi.
Yeah.
So who's the top 5?
Top 5 was Nicki.
Don't.
It was Missy.
Okay.
And it was Queen Latifah.
Oh, and I'm tripping. Okay, I'm tripping. Okay, so it's everybody.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was Lauryn Hill.
Thank you.
And
Okay, I can see.
or Queen Latifah was 5, I think.
Okay. They did. I'm tripping. I'm thinking of like kind of the newer era. That's my fault. Okay. And that's like you said, accolades and all that. And I don't know everyone's like that, but I definitely know there's some people.
Impact, it was something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dang, that's hard.
I mean,
that's kind of. Okay.
Now it makes more sense. I didn't know that's what it was based
You
on.
ain't said no one that I could be like, okay.
Yeah, Lauryn Hill 3rd. So Nicki, Missy, Lauryn Hill, Lil Kim, Queen Latifah, MC Light, Salt and Pepper, Roxanne, Shantae, Eve. For me, Eve is too low, but that's just me. Foxy Brown.
It's too high or too low?
Too low for me. Cause I used to listen to, I literally, like actually listen to her, some of her songs.
Tina Marie on there?
Cardi B too low.
Tina
Foxy
Marie
Brown,
on there?
Tina, nah, she's not a rapper.
She pop.
Wait, the new Tina Marie? I thought she
No, the old, the one that passed.
Dang.
Cause I mean, her hip hop, I don't know. She kind of pop, I guess, but I like her though.
Yeah, Doechii 24 and then Tierra Whack 25.
Okay, yeah. I don't know who that is, and I'm not to it at all from him.
Yeah. I mean, Lotto was too low. She 19. She was sure better than some of these people. Like, I mean, Lisa Left Eye is
I feel
14.
Doechii better than Lotto. If I look at like body of work, I feel like Lotto's more radio hit to me. I feel like that's what's hard.
Oh, it's accolades.
Yeah, and that's what's hard because which is gonna trump.
You know why?
About charting.
I got you. And
That
then
song with Drake, Lil Wayne, Jay-Z.
oh no, Lotto was killing her on that for sure.
No, I'm just saying that's why she for sure. If she don't got the most accolades, I don't know who.
That's hard though. That doesn't.
She beat Missy Elliott accolades.
Nah, who?
Missy Elliott is super.
Nicki, I don't doubt because you gotta remember Young Money that was on the top and she was one of the top.
That's what I'm saying. She has
her, Wayne, and Tiger, right?
Not taking that away from her, but I'm just saying.
But no, that's
I
definitely.
didn't even have a Drake or a Lil Wayne with them.
Because they got some crazy songs. And then she had her first album that came out was Cold. Even though it was only like 2 rap songs on there, but every song on there, everybody could sing it down there, you know, if it came on.
Yeah.
No, that's real. Your girl's fun. I'm telling you, man.
I mean, look at you. I mean, no, man. Yes, sir.
I ain't mad at it. I ain't mad at it.
All right. Asking for a friend. Can a man truly think deeply about this? Can a man truly fall in love at first sight? I understand a woman could, but can a man asking for a friend?
Yeah, you can fall in love with the idea.
Okay, so expound.
I feel like so seeing someone, let's be real. What happens when you see someone and you know for the first time? Yeah, I'm gonna be 100. I'm gonna be 100. First they're probably beautiful, they're attractive, then you think of a life with them. But you think of a perfect life with them. You don't think of someone's attitude, you don't think of the way someone's living.
True.
You don't think of arguments, you think of, man, I want that person to be mine. Right. So I think the idea is what we fall in love with, but we think it's love at first sight.
So basically you saying it's really lust, it's not love at first sight. It's lust at first sight.
Yeah, so yes, you can fall in love at first sight. There's probably people that have, and they, grandparents, hey, I seen them, first day at school, things like that. Yeah, it happens, but it's very slim to none. Because there's a lot of people that have had relationships after that. Because you felt like the first person you got with was probably and like a lot of them we lust over that we don't think we can get. I don't know. I think it's an idea more than it is the reality. Because once you get with someone, the traits and stuff, that's when you really
gotta
start.
really pick up and figure out.
Yeah,
it take time for a man, but you feel like a woman can fall in love at first sight. Then
that's different. I can't talk from that perspective.
Yeah, you got to.
Because I don't know how they look at us like we do. Because there's things that we look at after we do with a girl or something that I could either see you farther than this, or we already made up our mind. It's like that ain't probably something I would go to the next level with. And the same for women. We don't know maybe what they're looking for in that perspective, so I can't comment on for them.
Oh, that's deep. That's deep.
Nah, it's just I don't know. That's just. But yeah, I like to think you can fall in love at first sight. You want to feel like that. It's that, But
you ever feel in love at first sight? That shit.
It's interesting because when you ask the question, you open up with you said, "Can men do it?" And you said, "I know women can." How?
You threw that under the bus.
No, how do you
I'm just assuming. Yeah, I'm assuming because it's different type of emotion. Like
they're lovers.
Like us.
You just don't show it though. Let's be real. Because what you act like with your woman is not how you act like with your friends. Let's be real. A lot of times you gonna be a little soft with her at home. You're gonna be kicked back. You might you know what I mean. You might want to be a little spoon that day. You feel me? I'm just being real. I'm just saying. We don't want to say that, but you might be a little spoon. We just saying you might want to be. But you know what I mean? It's things like that. But you ain't gonna do that if your voice is chilling. You ain't gonna let her hold you.
I mean, I ain't gonna judge you, bro. Do your thing.
But you
when we look.
Nah, we got you.
Me?
We got you. That's the part of us being boys. You know, slow, you know what I mean? They call you Junior from now on. You know what I mean?
You like she gonna carry you up.
Hey, is it cool to get some milk from you? Guys get some milk from the fridge? But that's the joke. She already come with it. She had it alone, with your lady and stuff. But it's just, that's hard.
So how many times have you fallen in lust? In less than that. Less than first sight.
You don't.
Because that's what dudes, men really looking at.
Yeah, that's what's hard. Because is it lust or is it who's coming to talk to you sometimes? Because I'm gonna be real. Sometimes you might be reserved and wait to see who shoots a shot at you. Now you're lusting. It's like, cool, this person. But let's be real. You was looking at. Her over there, but you feel like that's not your league, but she's showing me attention. As men, we simple. You like me? Now I see everything good about you, but I might have been looking over that. You know what I mean?
They running away. Keep it real.
10.
What's up?
See, I wish they got a camera. We need a
I'm
camera.
gonna be careful scracking up.
I'll have one next week for sure.
Okay, cool.
For me, I feel like I'm gonna just keep it under there.
Oh, she got some.
Because this thing for me, I feel like when it comes to dudes, it's like that's what you looking at first. Because because my wife watched Love at First Sight, right? I'm pretty sure.
Oh yeah, of course.
You know. So you feel me?
Elaborate, please.
You feel me? So I was like, so one time I was just like, you know what? I don't think men fall in love at first sight. So she was like, yeah, I mean, I did and everything like that. So I was like, oh, okay.
See?
It's like, for me though, I didn't. I was 100.
You told her?
I was 100. I said, for me, it wasn't. I saw potential.
Yes.
You saw potential
And
in assets.
Well, and
That's what you say.
No, you can't say that. That's
I'm just saying.
it's like,
it's more.
You know? That's what guys.
that's what I'm saying. Okay, so look, you looking at that first. You kind of be like, you know what? Then you take them out, and now you kind of like, okay, your head is on straight.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now you can see something in the future.
That's an asset right there.
He's not answering it. Yeah.
Everybody dancing around.
The pop box lady.
what come after you see the person. We talking about
When you-
is it possible for men to
So
fall in love at first sight?
I say no.
For me, no, because you don't know if a person is crazy.
and I say it's personality based because there's some people that do that as men probably feel that way and I understand it. You know what I mean? Maybe the way they brought up or maybe the stories they've heard, maybe they mom and dad did that. So it's something they believe in more than, you know. I know my mom and dad weren't the only boyfriend and girlfriend, you know, so it's not like, okay, you know what I mean? So I understand we might go through a few of them. Not a few of them, but just a few relationships and stuff. And each one of them, I was hoping, and let's be real, you hope it lasts forever. You don't want to keep jumping hurdles. You know, I like the 100-meter dance, not the hurdles. It's cool, you know. It's just a lot smoother that way. You know what I mean?
You're right about that. Because it's like, now you got to do everything over again.
Yeah.
Start all the way over.
And then you kind of second guess your equation that you used to get the, you know, that you felt like, okay. You know, now you don't fall in love every time the first look. Because it didn't work the first time.
That's a
You know
man
what I mean? Or,
It's a
you
man
know.
thing right there. Or should. Well, you been there for a minute.
I'm an opposite side of all y'all.
Okay, go ahead. You say it can happen.
Love them all. Yeah.
See, that's not what we said though.
It's
You
love
love
at
them
first
all.
sight. Yeah, it's at first sight. That don't mean, hey, I love this person, and just because it didn't work out when I first saw them, I didn't fall in love.
Oh,
No.
That's real. I see that.
That's the question.
No, that's real.
But I'm saying, okay. Now you right.
No, it's right because no, you are.
Because
No, damn, man. Yeah, you messed that up.
I know, I get it. Because when you said everybody answered it
I'm over here.
You right because we didn't have no feelings before first sight, so it's on first sight.
But is that first sight or first smash?
No. See, you're going farther because you've already seen them and then you smash. That's different. First sight, damn. See, we went too deep.
Hey, where was you at?
That's what she said.
Where was you at? Where it was like,
This
wait, okay, so you in the room, it's dark, you smash.
No. I'm saying. Okay, this is what I'm saying. First, you looking like I would smash. Like right then when you see it, you like I probably would. You know what I mean?
No, mine's
It's not. I'm in love.
Mine's love at first sight.
Yeah, I don't.
They gonna lie to y'all ladies. I'm gonna tell you the truth.
I'm gonna be honest, I'm not lying.
I'm gonna tell you the truth.
Nah, cause I'm gonna be real. As I'm a relationship kind of person, so I'm gonna be real. You think you want the rest of your life with whoever you see, because you're like, that's what I'm gonna be real, yes. Because it doesn't change until you get to chill with someone. But love at first sight is I love
I think
everything that I
it
see.
takes time, right?
Everything I see, I love. I don't get to really judge that until we make the show. So yeah, our show right.
Have you ever seen somebody like approach you or you approach them and they have like an aura to them?
Yeah, no, I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying. You right.
Are they saying that to you every time you talk? It's right. It's like anything else going on, but like the television, man, it's different when they hit like that.
Yeah,
that's real though.
It gotta be the right one. I know what you're saying.
Yeah,
the right one gonna make you act right. Oh, real. The right one gonna make you act right.
Be real. You love Nicki Minaj.
I mean,
you ain't mad. That's at first sight.
Hey,
you right?
I ain't gonna say I won't.
You ain't gonna say nothing.
I ain't gonna say I won't. You know what I mean? I might actually act right.
You feel me?
I guess I see what you're saying.
But I do, because we took it too deep with the other stuff. That's the second part. But yeah, at first sight,
at first sight,
you look at him as your wife. Because you look at, let's be real, if you know some girl's a little more loose or guy's a little more out there, you know about it, you don't look at him in that context.
You're right. You're right.
You know what I mean? Even if you know, it's just how it goes. But it's yeah, that's right. Yeah, you fall in love at first sight.
For sure.
I mean,
but you stay in love for what you get from them.
Exactly. That's what I'm talking about.
I understand that.
Be around
that's the hard. That, you know, that's how they keep you. But that makes sense. Damn,
Cause like,
you right.
I ain't saying
you don't want to say
you gotta be traditional cook and clean, but I'm saying what if
you don't know that though?
What if she cook hella good? You see what I'm saying?
Well, that's what you don't. You might, but that's what makes you fall in love.
That's what I'm saying.
You didn't fall in love with that.
That's why I said it came at first sight.
Oh, you trying to get?
I'm just saying.
Be real.
You got
to be real, B. You gonna wait to see how she hug you?
That matter too. That matter too.
Oh yeah.
I mean, if you do this one arm side hug,
you better only have one arm.
That's a friend hug. I'm just saying. That's a friend
hug. You with the Joe Frazier hug.
Hey, you know.
No, I feel it though. No, it is definitely. Though.
So different strokes for different folks.
Yeah,
you could fall in love at first sight.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me?
Yeah.
Yes, you could. You're right.
No, you can. Yeah, you can. I'm telling you, the right one, sunshine. Oh, it's raps, bro. Ain't never coming back. I'm just saying.
I mean, no, y'all right. You're right. We're gonna leave it at that and say. I mean, for me, I fell in love when she walked away. So we're gonna leave it at that.
Started
just keep it up. Keep it up. That's what I was like.
Okay.
Nah, it's definitely.
Yeah. So I want to publicly apologize for disrespecting Tubi. Don't ever disrespect Tubi, man.
Oh,
I was watching some movies on there. Hey, some of them is good. So Tubi, you know, you trying to ink a deal, let us know. You feel me? Okay. I actually watched a couple movies on there that I was like, I'm shocked. Because before when Tubi first came, it was so bad.
Is it their movies or are they getting?
No, they're getting the movies now. They get the licensed movies because
Tubi still sucks.
No, okay. Some of the stuff on there, is questionable.
You know what I mean?
No, some of the stuff is questionable.
And I'm saying they don't suck. I love
for the most part, they up in their game.
They started to get contracts from the other.
Yeah,
because Netflix, you know, has originals. Hulu has originals.
Tubi got originals now.
And what do they look like?
Some of them are good. I'm telling you, not all of them, but some of them. I'm like,
how did they ask you this? If you had to put a percentage out of 100,
3%.
Out of 100, hey, I'm gonna say 40% now. 40%.
Okay, let me ask you this: if Leprechaun in the Hood, is that a good movie?
Nah.
Okay, I don't know how. It's hard. Don't get me wrong.
That's the movie you went to.
No.
Because some people thinking, hey, you know, it's down. Some people hold that up high, and I'm like, hey, I don't know where it's from.
You got Sanders on there with a talk show there.
Yeah, don't get me wrong.
With Roxy, man, they trying to up their game. I'm telling you.
I like it. I ain't mad at it. They ain't got someone with dreads on there with Roxy.
This movie called the Thicket, I think. It was like. You know what I mean? No. It wasn't even that. No. It was like a Western that was bounty hunters.
Okay.
And the guy from Game of Thrones.
I can't even tell you.
Dink.
I don't know Khaleesi.
I think it's
and Dragon.
Dink.
What's her name?
Dinklage?
Dinklage. Yeah, the
Okay.
guy, man, he acts heavy. He might be on my top. Yeah, he might be on my top actors list now.
The little.
Yeah, he acts.
That is.
Whoa.
And not only to say it like that, but the short guy.
Yeah, we
my
got-
bad.
yeah. Little
I didn't
person.
mean no disrespect.
Little
My bad.
person. Little
His name's Peter, right?
Nice kid.
Peter.
I gotta see.
My bad. I'm so
Yeah.
sorry about that.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie.
sorry.
I'm telling you, bro.
Yeah.
He on my top 5 actors.
No,
I swear.
and I'm rooting for them, man, because I'm kind of hot they get Snow White like that.
He crazy.
What? I'm crazy. you seen them talking about it. That's
Really?
not. I wanted this and no.
Oh, they canceled it?
Well, no, they didn't use. If I'm not mistaken, I ain't seen the movie. They didn't use the 7 like doors that we were expecting to see. You know what I mean? I like. You remember the movie?
So
That's
you
what
was expecting. Let me get this straight. Hold on.
Got it. No.
So you wasn't expecting. You expecting little people, not
Oh.
CGI.
Yeah.
No, sure. And they even
You
said
supposed to
that.
hire him, bro.
Yeah, that was kind of like, even without them having like a realistic movie that they had the part in, that was the biggest one of the roles in that story in the movie was the 7 doors, Sleepy and all the other.
I want them to flip the story. I really want them to flip that story where them
And it's
they so cold. Like, I want them to
Evil,
flip it like
kinda like-
no, I want them to be like able to fight and everything. That'd be cold. I'm telling you, bro. No, I swear it'll be cold if they flip the story, bro. They flip the story, it's gonna be cold, bro.
see you setting people up for pounding.
No,
I see that.
no, I swear, bro.
So, who
Make them
they
cold.
fighting? Who they fighting?
Anybody, bro. They gotta have powers though. That's what I'm saying. You feel me? Flip the story, bro.
What man? One power that they would have. Give me just one.
Speed, strength. You know what I mean? Let's go, man. There's 7 of them. We need seven powers, bro.
It's not. See, I ain't going down that rabbit hole. Like I said, I just wish I would have seen them in there, because it seemed like the main actress messed that movie up for them.
I'm glad you said that though.
Yeah, that dude.
Top 5 actors all time.
Who?
That dude. I'm telling you.
I thought you
Yes. Good.
But before we go off of what he just said, that's what everybody said about that movie, the Snow White and the 7 Dwarfs. They were saying that she ruined it by what she said. That's what they're saying.
Remix.
No, they're saying that they because she went on and she kind of was talking about the story, the old story of how the guy. She basically called the guy the Prince of Creep because he was stalking her.
Wait, the one
Stalking
that's
her.
on the set with her?
The actual Snow White.
Like the Snow White story.
The story.
She's commenting
Yeah.
on that.
She was commenting on the old story and she kind of bashed the old story. So
Oh,
people.
that messed it
She
up.
might not even need to comment on that. The only reason is like we know Pocahontas' story. We know that dude John
But this
Smith
is the
was
thing.
nasty. So just stop. Don't even say nothing. We know the
Dang.
real story about the Pocahontas. It's not cool. It's not okay. But you guys,
I'm gonna be real. I didn't know it.
Well,
I didn't know until I got older.
I mean, of course, as we did, but it's just like we still ignored it. It's still a big movie. People were watching it, whatnot. But it's like, hey,
I mean, I don't mean to cut you off either though. I get what people saying, but it's like y'all they put it all on her. And let's be 100 too. Most people wasn't gonna like it to begin with because she wasn't the ethnicity that they wanted her to be.
Let's be.
She wasn't the whitest and white.
Yes, that's they was gonna bash no matter what. And I'm not gonna say she gave them ammo. It's like she was just speaking how she feel
She
about
stood
it.
up. She wasn't
So-
very.
It's accurate too.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
accurate.
it's the truth.
She told the story. She said she was accurate on what she said, but everybody took it wrong and stuff. But would you have taken it wrong if it was
No,
what's her name? Robbie.
No.
If it was her, would you have taken it? Nah, they would have took it and be like, I see what she's saying. I understand. They would have did all that.
And I'm asking truthfully. Before this role, what else has she acted in? See, and I'm not trying to knock it. It's just like you almost. And I'm not saying it's not okay to have an opinion. We know we can't talk till we get to a manager position, till we get supervisor position. Because it might almost backfire on me because I'm too low at the totem pole to where everything. And I'm not saying she said nothing wrong, but sometimes we, don't say certain things. So like Margot Robbie's had enough, a bunch of movies she's been in and been hit things to where she can say what she wants to say. now, but she wouldn't have said that in her first couple roles where you're trying to get established and maybe trying to break in, even though, like I said, she might not have said nothing wrong. I'm not coming to my work my first month in, 6 months in, when I'm on probation, you know, trying to, this shouldn't be like this. Why does he get to do that? You know, why does he do that? You know, it's like, you know, give yourself a little time, find out how things go, you know, maybe hit another couple things, and then you're able to, you know, when you say something, it do weigh something. Because when Megan Fox did that in Transformers, we seen how fast they cut her part real quick.
Yeah,
They go, we'll fill your shoes fast. You know, if you're not that
they bring
good.
her back though?
I don't know. I don't even watch the movies, but I heard they were good though.
Man.
I get what you're saying, but I feel like
I don't think
where
she's
we
a-
at, where anybody can get, everybody be saying whatever they want anyway. I just felt like that's basically what it comes down to.
I mean,
it's not because she said that. It's
selective
because
cancel culture.
exactly.
Everyone can say everything they want when you're not at a certain time, at a certain level. Let's be real. LeBron ain't gonna say certain. I mean, in the podcast, he kind of can now. KD,
Well, now it don't matter. He get 100 million, 2 of the 3.
He's said it, but like a lot of these other players ain't gonna do that.
Yep.
You know, it's not worth the risk sometimes. You know, not my opinion.
I mean, he still control the NBA, so
Yeah, he really got pulled. That's why he just.
yeah, he got pulled because
That's why he did what he did.
his son shouldn't be on the team, but he don't.
Yeah, we better.
I'm gonna be real. I bit the bullet. He's done scored more points than a lot of the first. I think only 10 or 12
He got-
first rounders.
You watch
Come on, I have to. He's had, I think, what is it, 17-point game?
It look like
There's
they
only
playing
been 10 more people that have scored more than that have been
It look like they
drafted.
playing defense on him for real.
It don't. I'm gonna be 100. It don't matter. And I'm gonna be real. When he goes to the G League, what is he averaging? 22 points a game.
You see them
So,
like
you gotta remember, everyone above him though is 24, 25. He's 19. You gotta stop.
seen a lot of old
I've
guys.
had it back down. I had it back down. I'm gonna be real. He's 19 doing this in the G League.
I seen a lot of old ladies.
You
Don't
know,
tell me they just
I mean, but then you,
score. Like, come on, bro.
we gonna see. But I'm not saying he's doing that great, but he's doing points where there's people that have been drafted the whole round before him that ain't even doing that. And they're getting more real game time. I'm not saying he's great or nothing, but he is blossoming right now. And I'm watching him. In the G League, like I said, everyone that's ahead of him and scoring is older than him. There's not a lot of people his same age doing that in the G League. And there's been players that have went into the G League and then
some improvements.
you gotta think like most
I
of these
still
people
don't. I gotta.
I understand, and we gotta think a lot of these players don't get they're running gun until they 24. I'm not saying he's gonna be great, but I'm enjoying.
Then he might be great then.
That's what.
Yeah,
But he's
24.
19. You know what I mean? So like, he's still younger than a lot of these people going into the league. They're 23, 24. You know, look, even this dude that's ahead of him in the Lakers has played 3 years in college. You know, Donald Connect, whatever Connect, you know what I mean? I like him.
No, he's wrong.
But you look, you can see he's more groomed. He's older.
So this is what I'm saying. This is why I say it's not right though, because
He's not Jello. I love Jello, and Jello's killing in the music industry. But when we were watching Jello wasn't doing these points that Bronny was doing at this age in the G League.
yeah, but then
And Jello played in the summer league. It wasn't. I don't think it was the G
This my
League.
thing. How you gonna try to trade Connect and keep Bronny? That's where I'm tripping off of. It's like that's just because your dad is LeBron James.
Let's be real. It's not what you know. It's who you know.
Fact.
It's
That's what I'm saying.
Let's be real, because that's what.
value.
Let's be real.
Oh,
Let me
yeah,
ask you this. Let me ask you this. No.
Who
Is Bronny's jersey selling more than his?
They are.
Stop.
They are for sure.
Let's be real. So that means you sell tickets.
So that means
Him being on the bench,
the
people
players
don't think
who's
it's
better than him gotta go.
You gotta remember, look, we tend to forget about this. It is a business.
True.
It's entertainment, right? It's unfortunately, I'm not saying everything is right.
That's why I'm
And we start hearing about a lot of these people talking about the background stuff and the contracts and the who was it? Nate Robinson talking about Doc Rivers not giving him those minutes to get his $1 million, bonus. Nate Robinson, if I'm not mistaken.
It was Nate Robinson. He did that.
Yeah, he was pissed, and one of the people were telling him to go just sub yourself in, to go get your money, but he didn't want to mess up his career or have that around his name.
Yeah.
But he's like, Doc set me out on purpose. You know what I mean?
Damn.
Zeke told Kobe to miss those free throws so he could win. I just seen that. You know what I mean? I forget what guard was talking about that was in there. Where he's like, Kobe gave me a look that I'll never forget. because he got fouled at the 3-point line. You know, that's when Jordan had, I think, hit a shot, and then he went to go shoot a 3. Kobe got fouled. You know, but it's like these are the stories we don't get to hear, and you get to make a different judgment call on different things now. You know, and it makes a lot more sense.
So I got a better question here. Was LeBron right for walking up on Stephen A. Smith?
So from what I've heard, let's get the basics clear. Was it about him as a father, right? That's what he said he went to go approach him about. He said
that's what he said.
Yes, if that's what he went and did, I understand that. He said he could talk about his son and all that. If that's truly what he said, I understand that. Don't talk about me as a parent. Because you don't see me at home.
But this is the thing, he never talked about him as a parent.
I forget what LeBron said in the context of what he hit him at, so I can't comment on it, but you shouldn't talk about nothing as a parent, you know what I mean? But as a player, talk about Ronnie as a player, I understand it, but at first, I'm gonna be real, I was a little bittersweet because I want Bronny to have a voice of himself. Like when we were watching the Ball brothers come in, I liked when Lon was like, "Yeah, my brother, my dad talks crazy. You know, don't listen. You know, I'm my own person." Melo went to Puma. He didn't trip. You know, he didn't do the shoe deal with his dad. You know what I mean? So like, I just kind of would. But I also can't do this. I can't make no one be a person they not. Bronny might not want him. I don't need to answer you, and I've had to sit back and be like,
that's not, you know what?
I would love for him to talk for that. I want to see him talk more in the media a little bit more, stand up, but I can't force no one to be nothing they not. Maybe he wants to show what his gameplay and
but this is okay. Like, I don't know, Archie, you got something? Okay. Like when I see back, like, you know how we do sports. We go around, we see the circuits, and we go see players play. But it's like some parents' dads and LeBron doing it. They're like trying to force them to be a certain level, and they're not there yet. And it's like they can force them because either they the coach or they know somebody that's the coach. They're related to the coach.
I can knock that down right now.
You know what I mean?
I can knock that down right now with some proof of Dwayne Wade. Did he not just go try to become a Utah Jazz G League owner for his son Zaire Wade to go play, and he ain't make it to the league?
Yeah, but I ain't talking about those. I'm talking about the dads that got the power to do it.
Dwayne Wade don't.
He don't. Cause if he did, he would.
No, his son don't got it. His son something you ain't seen the documentary.
No, I seen him play.
No, you ain't seen the documentary. Then he was whack. Then that's why his dad had to. And no knock to him, he's probably a great player and better than most players of his caliber or regular players. But his dad went to the Utah Jazz. He bought a portion or a piece of it, and then that's where he got to go play G League. He didn't get to go nowhere else. Where did Jello go? He got to play at Hornets, right? G League.
Why? Because his brother. Yeah.
Auntie did cook.
You're right.
Is his brother supposed to be in the league? No.
And that's what I'm saying though.
But it's what you know. It's not.
Crazy.
It's just part of it. But some people earn it. Like Bronny, I feel like ain't like. It's hard. I'm giving him some more time, but I'm gonna be real. I've had to backtrack on my stuff, and he's looking better than what I expected him. I thought he'd be just a role player. Like for being, you gotta remember he's a second round pick. He ain't supposed to be. He's Isaiah. Think of him as this. It makes it easier when you think this. Think of Isaiah Thomas when he got drafted. That's what he is. Other than that, your Isaiah Thomas had, if he never had that, no one would be talking about him. Unfortunately, he's a great player though. But that's the asterisk. Not most players like Tom Brady that come that late and they're that good. Not saying Bronny is that good, but the numbers he's putting up for what we're talking about, and we're only talking about because of his dad. You gotta remember, what about all the people drafted in front of him? Because how would you feel if you get talked about, but all the people in front of you doing just work? Think about you at work. You ain't complaining about, but everyone before you is doing way worse. Yeah, you feel different when it's you in that shoe. No, you're gonna be mad if they pick on you, but not these guys, right?
Yeah, but this is the thing. Those guys didn't have a dad.
No, and I
that said,
but
Bronny better than 90% of the league. He's playing right now.
He's better than 90% that came out this draft for him.
But is he better than the ones that's been in the league? That's what his dad said.
I mean,
so that's why Stephen A. was saying
that comment was a way early, and I feel like that was a LeVar Ball comment.
And that's what I'm saying. You can't be mad now that people are judging him so hard.
But let's be real, he's still doing better than his rookies that are in the league right now, that are getting way more playing time than him.
I'm gonna have to fact check that.
I'm not about you.
Alex Sarr was the number 2 pick.
I'm gonna tell you.
I'll
tell you, I call the cousin right now, and he will run down everyone's stats. I'm gonna be real because I was the one arguing with him about it. So and I've had to bite my lip.
Okay.
I did that with him.
I might have to. But I ain't
for right now, the way he's going, I feel like he's blossoming. He's looking good compared to what I thought it was too early. But we gotta also remember, dude had a heart attack.
That too, I get that.
How many games did he play in college?
Yeah.
And he's at 22 in the G League. That's hard to do. That's hard to do. And when
you put it like that, that's nice.
If we look at the G League things, there's some players that were in the league. So you're playing against guys that were in the league and had 4 or 5 years in there.
Yeah.
If we happen to look at the G League list. You know what I mean? And then when you hear some of those names, and I only know this because the cousin was ripping them, I'm like, yeah, I remember him playing for that, I remember him playing for that. He's playing against people that have been in the league and played against superstars and all-stars. And was able to at least live 3 or 4 years in there. So you're 19. If your son was 19 right now, you're like, oh, you're doing good right now, buddy. Keep doing your thing.
Okay.
Just like Gilbert Arenas' son. You seen him eat up. I can't wait to see him.
I want to go see him play live.
Don't get me wrong.
He nice.
He look nice.
He nice, but man, it's this kid, Braden Burris.
About AJ though, going to BYU.
AJ.
I can't say his last name. He a big tall guy. He going to BYU, you know, but he looks nasty.
Now he almost 7 feet, right? Or
he's like 6'10", 6'11". Like he's wild. It's some good people. I'm waiting to see coming in here. You know, after watching Cooper and them do Houston. Yeah, Houston. And then what sucks is they folded even worse.
Oh yeah.
Turnover right there. The turnover at the you didn't even get a shot. That's just what hurt. And I was rooting for them. Yeah, I mean Houston had a shot to at least get up, but I'm not mad at him. It's big. It's shooting. It's what happens, you know. I hate hearing the big stage. You do this in regular games. It's just they use that for the excuse. Nah, I probably would have did the same thing he did, you know. And they had a big boy on Florida. I ain't gonna lie. That boy's I think 7'2" or something.
Was he the one with the shot?
He just tall and lanky, man. I wanted to see Flagman play, but I understand. It was fun to watch Houston do their thing, man. It was good. They were scrapping.
They got sick number one or Kentucky. He go Cooper Flag on the one.
Oh,
I wasn't a fan of his.
He skipped a year of high school.
So he not.
He could have stayed another year and then been Duke coming this year. So he's bypassing something. This is the Bronny that I'm talking about. Bronny 19.
6'2" or 6'3".
That's what hurts him.
That's what I'm saying.
He just 3
years old. 6'8". That he got his over. That really like that,
but they not like that because he still scored.
I'm just saying.
Sorry, I'm tall ass. My parlays.
See, that part was just a bad pick. That probably was just
he was the number 2 pick.
Yeah, that probably was a bad pick. I ain't lying.
And the number 1 pick went to the Hawks. Trash too.
Damn.
They know what they supposed to do on the court.
Okay. Your price picks.
And that's the most frustrating. That'll make you hate someone quicker than anything else.
Yeah. I be like, hey, where you get drafted from? I be looking,
you got drafted from Australia.
You got drafted from the number 1 pick. You can't even hit an open shot.
Okay, we put it like that. Okay.
That's.
Before we get off of NBA, I had just seen, the Denver Nuggets.
He got fired.
They fired the head coach and the GM.
And the GM?
Yeah. And so the owner told them, just go out there and have fun.
That nigga showed up in a hockey jersey too.
Yeah.
He on your road.
Wow.
That's hilarious.
So I just wanted to know how y'all feel about that, because I thought they were doing pretty good. Like, why? I just don't understand why he would do that right when they about to go into the playoffs.
That's gonna hurt him in the long run.
And I just want to throw another thing out there. They talking about what's center name?
Joker.
They talking about LA might be a spot for him. That's what I saw.
LA Clippers.
Oh no. Like the Lakers.
That's what I'm talking about, man. They gonna be.
Is he at the end of his contract? Like, hold. How they gonna? Is he at the end of his contract, like player option or what? Because otherwise they could give him up free.
They gonna money over there.
No, I was gonna say because they're gonna give up.
They give it away, right?
You have to give up Luka for him. You got to keep LeBron for him if that's who you want to keep. You're gonna have to give up Luka for him. They're not giving. You don't have enough first round picks for him. That's where you'd have to have at least a couple.
You gotta go Austin Reeves. Right. What's his name?
And guess what? Somebody, I don't know if this was for sure, but somebody made something and they had all them on it and said they would have to trade all of them.
Just to get Joker.
But then you see how bad it is when someone gets hurt, no bench.
Facts.
Exactly.
That's the worst thing that happens and let's be real, LeBron's older. You're gonna need some rest games. Luka.
But who does that happen on? I mean, like, what teams does this team always happen on?
The Lakers.
No. On LeBron-led teams.
Because we've seen them empty the bench to get to damn.
Yeah.
And it's Bron and Bronny's team now. I ain't gonna lie.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Well, I mean, he told them, you go draft my son, so, he gets, not to say he gets the call, but, he got to stay here.
So that's what made me be like,
let me ask this. As a Laker fan, would you be willing to give up your bench for Jokic and to have a loop?
you would rather give a LeBron.
No, they ain't gonna get, realistically, because you can give away everyone that, Bron.
I would give them
They going
both.
nowhere.
It's in LA.
I know. I'm saying me, I would give them both up and get. If I could get Joker.
It's hard because when people, I think, feel like once you make so much money for them, they owe you, but they're gonna get Kobe. I mean,
You
when you want to get your coach, you better don't play, and they make things happen because you brought enough money and everything else.
How many chips he got now?
Who?
LeBron. Oh, okay. He got 2 of the Lakers or 1 of the Lakers?
One, both.
Dang.
I didn't say it like that. I didn't say that. I'm just playing it off there.
It ain't from LeBron fan.
And it's my thing. I rock with LeBron, but you gotta let him develop, bro. That's all I'm saying. Let him develop.
He's good, man. He's alright right now.
I'm be real. I feel like we talking about this and
Way too long.
Yeah.
Where we can move on.
We can move
Why
on.
you lying about Bron?
All right, come on,
Right? Every time you lie.
Feel me? We going, man. You know what I mean? Like,
Take it somewhere
I'm cool. I'm cool with that. Like, it is what it is. You feel me? But yeah, I mean, the NFL about to start. How y'all feel about y'all teams right now?
Let's go Jets. Nintendo Switch 2. You about to get that? It's about to drop this year.
It look nice.
I know y'all Nintendo fans.
I mean, ain't nobody getting it really because of the tariffs, so it don't even matter.
You're gonna be full price.
They stopped it already for the
I ain't gonna lie. I
I mean,
did
it's
order
like-
something overseas. It's chicken. It's gonna take a minute.
And we ain't got no friends with
I got y'all some gifts coming.
What kind of gifts?
I got you some gifts coming, bro. Don't worry, yo. I'm gonna just show up and it's gonna be there for y'all.
Yeah, I heard someone in here be like that before too.
Yeah.
I want that gift, man.
Yeah.
I got to go party with me, daddy.
No.
I'm playing with you.
Let me clean that up. I got some actual gifts. Now, I don't know P. Diddy stuff. I got some actual
What you got? I had to make sure, man, because 50 got asked to go shopping.
Nah.
I ain't trying to.
I mean, since we talking about it, how y'all feel about Terrence Howard? What he said
Oh my goodness, bro. He said a lot, bro.
About what though?
about Diddy.
He said a lot about. He said Diddy tried to screw.
So this is let's put it out there. So Diddy called him, got in contact with him because he talking about he wanted to him to help him with his acting, get better at acting. So he said he went over there and he said what we gonna work on? So
He just was looking at him.
and he just was looking at him. So he was like, okay, what we working on? You got a script? No. So he just watching it. So then he hit him
He
and said,
love at first sight. That's what happened. He did that love at first sight on Terrence Howard. God damn, bro. God dang, bro.
Let me finish. Let me at least finish.
God dang, bro.
Okay, so. God.
Take it through.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, damn.
So he left. Then all of a sudden he hit him again, talking about he went with music. So he said he came over and was like, so what we working on? And he didn't have nothing again. So he was like, okay, so he said he talked to his agent, and his agent was like, well, I guess he's just trying to screw you or something. So he said after that he just cut all communication with Diddy.
That's crazy, bro.
So both times he went, nothing got accomplished.
No, see, yeah.
I think it's the hat he be wearing in the interviews.
You tell me that shit.
That shit, I be looking like, what you doing under the hat?
No, and you know when you be watching something and you don't expect nothing like that to come out, right? You don't expect him to say nothing like that.
It's hard
And
though.
you should be like, did he really say it?
But I also seen them go and argue with like the physicist on, I don't know if it was Joe Rogan, about the equation he had, and he was nowhere near what. I mean, I don't know nothing about the subject, but the other guys obviously established in that, and it just seemed like he was calling his BS. And even Neil Tyson DeGrisman or whatever his name is too, I think he's kind of called it out a little bit too. So I don't know.
And that's a great thing, you know why? Because
And I'm gonna be real. The only person I will believe is Damien if he come out and say something.
Damien.
Fuck.
Oh, because he was talking about himself and he was like, hey, what's happening?
Because he talked about
Oh
it
wait,
truthfully.
he said something about you?
Nah,
I tell you, he just saying like in general.
like because he is the I don't know Terrence.
I think he started it.
He
He
did.
started it on key.
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, and what's messed up is we all joke and laugh and stuff. I'll be real, that's how he is. But realistically, it's kind of a cold game, You could be as big as you want. You see what you would do. You obviously, when money is on the line, you need it. I'm not saying everyone will do that, but in that kind of work, you unfortunately hear about that happening a lot.
I'm gonna be real. I know what y'all, because when you work in a business, you have to restrain your younger self. You know what I mean? You gotta restrain
Is
yourself.
it that or
from
the
certain
power that you
situations.
get sometimes? Because it's usually people in power that use it that get what they want. You know what I mean? That's where it usually falls into that play when you're going out for, like, if you're an actress and the director's here and he's telling you to undress or we want this. Are you gonna argue or say no? Probably in that predicament. No, this is the guy that might give me my role. You feel me?
Yeah, see.
But now if you tell her to do that on a date, she ain't gonna do that.
And I would never tell her.
I'm not saying that, it's like, even if we say nicely, it's not just, and that's two different situations, but it's like, you feel, let's be real, we've been peer pressured. It's like the simplest way is like, say we're in a circle and the joint is going around and you're like, everybody's hitting it. No one's forcing you, but you're like, I don't want to be the one in the group to not hit it.
I'm gonna be real with me. My whole life, I never let peer pressure.
No,
I mean, me.
I've been there.
I'm like,
I'll say this, I don't like peer pressure on things I don't want to be peer pressured in.
facts. I feel it.
I didn't look at smoking as other things. I seen other people peer pressure. Hey, do this. I don't want to do that. But that I didn't feel as bad about doing. But I was subconsciously you're peer pressured. All my homies are doing it. They don't look bad. Your uncle and dad do it. Just without you even thinking. You don't think of that in that moment. You just take it, hit it, and pass it. And it's nothing. It's like
What kids
swig
don't
from
do
a
that?
drink.
Kids don't do that because, you gotta trust those people. Whatever you're doing.
No, and
You know.
that's saying from a grown-up mind. When we're younger, we don't think.
No, I was like this when I was
young.
I was like this.
Young, dumb, and full of courage. They say, your grandpa done told you that. If you're not, you learn it. And you understand that age where you're at because you're not fully developed. You're just chasing and having fun.
Yeah. Stay on your P's and Q's. That's all.
As much as you can.
Yes, sir. Y'all, got anything else to you? Got anything else for us?
Let's see. Really, it's up to y'all. Y'all got anything? Or you got anything you want to bring up?
Waiting for the pod.
Waiting for the pod to talk about?
Nothing off the top of the head. If I'm being honest.
Yeah.
Don't want next time though for sure.
Good.
You know?
Start getting more topics, but
Oh, a lot, definitely.
I mean, that was a good start to
It's fun getting
was
back.
it season 3, episode 1?
Therapy session number 10.
So how many episodes we gonna do in this next season, man? Before we be like, all right, season 4 now.
We'll see. We'll see how it's rolling.
For sure.
We'll see how it's rolling.
I'm ready.
Well, that's the end of the pod. We're gonna tap back in with y'all next week. Season 3, episode 1 of the BK Podcast.
Man. Cash.